sorry the last video cut out. I know this has been happening a lot lately, especially the last couple video sets I've done. I've been having videos cut out on me a lot. I apologize for that. I guess I'm going to consider this part 2 of my hike to Peak 1416 or Powder Canyon High Point. Apparently that truck is left. Yeah, like I said, nobody should trip. Nobody should trip because, I mean, as long as you stay outside of the fence, it should be okay. If you go inside the fence, then you're trespassing. But I see people hiking up there all the time. There are actually like 3 people coming down right now. I just don't really want to have a lot of interactions in case somebody decides to, you know, say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm just here hiking to the top." But whatever. But yeah, these Canary Island pines are quite nice. I've seen them get up to about 100 feet out here. These ones are probably like 30, 40 feet tall, and they're not like the Canary Island pines you usually see in people's like businesses and stuff when they're upright and narrow, have a narrow mountain pine-like crown. And that's probably why they grow them so much here. It's because of that. But, here they're probably growing like this because they're catching the full width of the sun. This is a south-facing slope. This is south right here. So you gotta expect they probably won't grow quite as vigorously as they would otherwise. But there's a lot of nice stuff here. It was just nice to stand in the shade for a few minutes because I've been blasted by the sun. Yeah, the sun's actually hot right now. Today was supposed to be cooler. I mean, we've been having temperatures the last couple days here in the coastal side of Southern California in the 90s. It's been a pretty hot October. It's been a really hot fall so far this year. We'll get 1 or 2 days where it goes to maybe like 77, 76, 77, 78, and then it'll soar back up to 90 something. And it's supposed to, today is supposed to be in the mid 70s, but it feels like it's already past that now. And it's maybe about 10 in the morning. Yeah. Well, here's another interesting thing. This plant right here, I am almost going to bet that this all comes from maybe one or a couple of root systems. This is coyote melon or coyote gourd. This is Cucurbita foetidissima, and there's the gourd right there. It's in the same family as the gourds, the pumpkins, the squash. It's a native. Gets a huge root system. It's winter dormant. In other words, it sprouts in the spring, flowers in the spring and summer, it sends seed in the fall. As you can see, it's starting to die back. It means it's going to go into its dormant phase. It's going to die back to the root, and then it'll leaf out again come spring. And then during the winter time, you can see a bunch of tennis ball looking things all over the place. Those are the melons. If you look carefully, you'll see the old dried up stems sprawled all over the place. Coming here to Powder Canyon is, you know, I don't do it as often as I used to. It's been a little over 2 years since I've been here, but it's always a place where I come to, you know, come to here when I don't want to drive really far and it's not going to be exceedingly hot. So I'll come here and look at the coastal sage scrub and oak woodland, which this place is famous for. So you notice here, they're trying to reestablish native plants, like I was pointing out before. I think it's purple needlegrass, Stipa pulchra, also known as Nacella pulchra. And I see it's like Douglas nightshade, Schabarum Douglasii. Here's a plant that's very native here. It's an annual. It's in the Euphorbia family. It's called Croton setigerus. Used to be known as Erembocarpus setigerus. It's Turkey mullein or doveweed, two common names. And they're pretty common here, especially in disturbed soils, but they are natives. And now I'm entering a non-native stand of Eucalyptus cladocalyx, also known as sugar gum, which I believe, I want to say South Australia is their native place, but these can get quite large. I've seen these trees get well over 100 feet tall, and they're very commonly planted along the freeways. If you drive Interstate 5 to San Diego, you're driving through San Diego County, you'll see this tree everywhere. And how you recognize it is its yellowish, brownish mottled bark. Let's go up to one. Got yellowish mottled bark, and the bark obviously peels off a lot, and this bark is quite deciduous. And the leaves are kind of shiny green, and when you crush them, they don't have quite as strong a camphor smell as other eucalyptus, but it does have a smell. And then these trees are a little more stunted here. I think it's a little drier. I mean, they can tolerate drought, but the ones you'll see along Interstate 5 going towards San Diego are much larger trees, sometimes over 100 feet tall. Now, sugar gum tends to have kind of like branching structure that is pretty sparse. Here's along the lines of more of what I mean. You can see, I'm just trying to find a good example. See those over there. See the bottoms of the branches are kind of nude, but then the top of the branches have puffs of foliage. That's quite common in Eucalyptus cladocalyx. It's a very commonly planted tree here in Southern California. So be on the lookout for it. It's everywhere. Seed capsules are small, the flowers are small and whitish. It's a beautiful tree, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually grown them from seed before. They're actually quite easy. When the little seeds come out, look for the larger ones with the more brownish color as opposed to the little specks. The ones that are a little larger and a little browner are more likely to germinate for you. But I've had quite easy success germinating them. We've got a little lookout here. I know as I'm talking about climbing a peak, and I'm pointing out a lot of the native and exotic flora here, but here's a nice little canyon. I've always liked this little viewpoint right here. Got some more Pinus canariensis and some more Eucalyptus cladocalyx. Growing up in Southern California, a lot around coastal sage scrub, and well, this area is more ruderal. There's a lot less native flora in this little ravine here, and a lot more exotic flora. See a lot of tree tobacco, a lot more exotic flora. But I seem to be rambling on about a lot of stuff here, but I just find it fascinating, interesting, the plants that I come across on my hikes and walks. Well, let's see. I went way past the towers now, so I think what I'll do is I will head up there really quickly, and I'll see you at the towers. Like I said, just gotta get back to that spur road and just walk up to the top. Sure is beautiful up here. It's a nice place. It's a good place to see how the native and exotic flora interact with each other. So I'll see you over by the towers.